There's fresh intrigue brewing within Nigeria's Labour Party as internal alignment and political loyalties come under the spotlight. TVC News senior reporter Ademola Lawrence has more.
When Labour Party
A surprise appearance has stirred fresh speculation within the Labour Party. At the National Executive Council meeting convened by the Julius Abure-led leadership, the party's 2023 vice presidential candidate, Datti made an unexpected entrance. His entrance has reignited conversations about the internal dynamics of the party, with the Labour Party's presidential candidate in the last election, Peter Obi, yet to formally resign or declare his next political move.
I am not one to sleepwalk into any political arrangements. I call on all well-meaning politicians and members of Labour Party not to sleepwalk and allow themselves to be led into what they still are not comfortable with. I intend to reconcile all divergent opinions in Labour Party, and this is what a leader should do. I recognize all that has happened. The Nenadi-led factions, the existing Barrister Julius Abure faction, and I recognize legally that what INEC is doing.
Amid ongoing uncertainty, questions linger about the status of key figures. One of them is Senator Ireti Kingibe, whose current membership in the Labour Party remains unclear.
I think she will be in a better position to answer that question. So I will join that you look for her, find her, and ask her.
On whether he's interested to pick the ticket for 2027, former vice presidential candidate has this to say.
What you're asking is, in theory, if he does get the ticket in ADC, and in theory, I will tell you, when we get there, we will decide. My friend, you are saying if there is a crack, there is no crack. And by the grace of God Almighty, there will never be a crack.
As the political permutations begin to unfold, all eyes remain on the Labour Party and the shifting dynamics within its ranks. Ademola Lawrence, TVC News, Abuja.
Ademola joins me live from our Abuja studio for more on this development. Ademola, you were at that meeting. Perhaps you can give us some clarity, because prior to this time, the Julius Abure-led Labour Party had given Peter Obi a 48-hour ultimatum to resign, given his relationship with the coalition exercise and the ADC. Precisely, what is Mr. Datti saying here? Is he still with Mr. Peter Obi? Does he recognize the Julius Abure-led Labour Party as substantive?
Yes, I can tell you that what Datti Ahmed just said concerning Peter Obi is actually true. They are still very much in the Labour Party, and that is what he came to confirm today at the NEC meeting of the Julius Abure-led leadership of the party. Just last week on Friday, there was a Nenandi Usman NEC leadership that actually happened, where you have the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, who was actually at that particular NEC meeting. And I asked a very categorical question: is Peter Obi still part of this party? And they said yes, Peter Obi is still part of them. And I asked a question: would Peter Obi be picking the ticket from this Labour Party or probably at the ADC? And he said, for them, as far as Peter Obi has not resigned from the Labour Party, so he definitely is still a member of the Labour Party. I throw the same question to Datti Ahmed today, that if, in case Peter Obi now stays with the ADC and probably pick the ticket, would he be picking the ticket for the Labour Party? And he told me when they get to that bridge, they will cross it. But from his message today, it was very clear that Peter Obi and Datti Ahmed are still members of the Labour Party. As a matter of fact, he said what he came to do is to fix and be a peace build-up between the two factions, of course, Nenadi Usman and the Julius Abure-led faction, to bring everybody back to the table and they discuss on the way forward on how the party. So it's looking like, you know, when I look at what happened on Friday and what happened today, there seems to be a way forward, because if Datti Baba Ahmed can come today with some members of the obedience movement at this particular NEC meeting, there's something is brewing, and that means that Labour Party is trying to probably just get their way back into the fold very well.
I like your optimism, Demola, but are you also paying attention to the members of the House, you know, elected members of the Labour Party who have now disassociated themselves from the leadership of Julius Abure? What does that mean for a comeback, a Peter Obi comeback?
So, because if you look at it, the most important figure, without any iota of doubt, in the Labour Party is Peter Obi. So, both factions are very careful to let him go. As a matter of fact, the Nenadi Usman faction, of course, they are with Peter Obi. So the Julius Abure faction, they are very careful not letting Peter Obi go. Whoever out of Peter Obi, maybe House of Rep or no House of Senate, I'm not saying their political value is not recognized, but I'm saying that if you look at it, for example, Senator Ireti Kingigbe, like you heard in the report, the Julius Abure-led faction says they don't know whether he's still a member of the party or not. But at this particular meeting, it was questions were raised. Is Peter Obi still a member of the party? And the answer is, as far as he has not resigned, he's still a member of the party. So the political value of whoever is resigning depends on whether the party will actually take whoever they want to go at any point in time.
Interesting development, Demola. Interesting days ahead too, because remember we saw a picture of Julius Abure and the FCT minister recently. But we'll talk about that.
No, he actually talked about that same picture during the meeting today. He said it was just an individual visit. He can visit anybody, so he has nothing to do with politically motivated story.
Demola Lawrence live for us in our Abuja studio. Thank you for the update there.